Sorry about that, guys. Are you serious? Are you serious? Things are getting very, very intense, and I have breaking info coming into me from one of our government insiders. Plus, I just did a video over at Patreon that I received from one of the other government insiders. So this is some critical information. Let me share it with you. First, a real fast shout out, if you don't mind, for www.pastorpaulgold.com. That's www.pastorpaulgold.com. Call them on the phone at 877-646-5347. Look, the rules of money are being rewritten right now. Matter of fact, right in front of our eyes. The institutions that control the financial system aren't waiting, warning, or even wishing. They're acting, buying gold and silver at unprecedented pace. They're preparing for something. The question is, are you? For nearly a decade, Noble Gold Investment has helped thousands of people protect their wealth with physical gold and silver. And as the world shifts to hard assets, the window to act is closing. Let Noble Gold show you how simple it is to protect yourself and your family. And while everyone else is reacting to the news, Noble Gold clients are positioned. They understand that when the rules change, you need assets that don't depend on the system. Find out now as my dogs who let the dogs out are barking like crazy because a UPS driver just pulled up. Find out how you can learn more about this at www.pastorpaulgold.com. Call them on the phone at 877-646-5347. You'll be glad that you did. Can I close this door on these dogs? I'll be right back. My Lord, have mercy. Somebody have mercy. Stop. Stop it. Boy, Benji is this guard dog. I mean, he only weighs 5 pounds. He's a papillon from France. Oh, bless his heart. But he's on top of it. All right. Anyway, and Bobo joins in. Okay. Let's get right to it. There's some critical information we're getting right now. Kitties are growing crazy. The kittens are jumping around. Somebody needs to take these 5 little kittens off my hands. Are you serious? They're eating now. They can use the litter box. They're jumping around everywhere on the lanai. Oh, no, we need somebody to take them. All right, I got some breaking news, okay? This is very urgent. Just came in from one of our government insiders. There was an emergency meeting between the United States and Israel this morning at 7 a.m. our time, Eastern, 7 a.m. Eastern, moving 4 additional F-35 fighter jets from the United Kingdom to the Persian Gulf. The maritime traffic jam happening right now on the Straits of Hormuz is serious. And the Iranian Revolutionary Guard is really a problem right now, and they need to get their act together. The talks were a complete failure. I repeat, the talks between the United States and the Iranians on a nuclear deal, and it's not just a nuclear deal. You can't have nuclear weapons ever. You got to dismantle all your ballistic missiles, and you can no longer communicate with the Houthis and you know all the. Hang on a second. This literally looks weird. Can I fix that? This looks weird. Okay, you got to stop all this it's over. Well, anyway, the talks was a complete failure. Phase 3 is now in play. Israel is committed to assisting the United States to get the ugly job completed. Okay, and that's from one of our government insiders. Now, I just did a video over at Patreon that you need to see. It's exclusive. It's there. Okay. Find out if you're not you can easily become a member of the Patreon. Just go there, make a contribution, give whatever you want, become a member, subscribe, give whatever you want. Most people give $5 a month. Some give more, some give less. It's a great way to support the ministry. Find out more what's going on right now over at Patreon. All right. Now let's get right into what else is happening. So while that's going on with the Iranian situation, we got a horrible situation in the Potomac River. What? This is urgent, very urgent. According to reports, the Potomac sewer spill has turned ugly in the water in the Potomac River at Cabin John, Maryland. One of the largest sewage spills in U.S. history has just happened, and now it's turning into a political fight between the federal government and the local officials. You're not hearing anything about this, but the water is polluted. I mean, it is nasty. This sewage line collapsed in Maryland suburbs of Washington, D.C., spilling 200 million gallons of raw, ugly sludge sewer into the Potomac River. This is a key waterway surrounding our nation's capital. I mean, you talk about draining the swamp. We need to drain it now. The spill was caused, and it has caused widespread public health concerns as E. coli has bacteria. E. coli bacteria has spilled into the Potomac River at dangerous levels, and it underscores the risk posed by aging sewer infrastructure. And you're not really hearing this, guys. You're not really hearing this. You're not really hearing this from the mainstream, lamestream, fake news media. Where is MS Now? Or are they MS later? Where is CNN, the Communist News Network? Where is Fox? Where is BBC? Where is the New York Times? Where is the Associated Press? Where is Reuters? Where is everybody? The Potomac River, are you serious? The spill took place, I guess, up in Cabin John, Maryland. I don't know where Cabin John, Maryland is. But it happened on the Maryland suburb side of Washington, D.C. 200 million gallons of raw, sludging, stinky sewage into the Potomac River. 200 million gallons with E. coli bacteria in it at dangerous levels, okay? Now, President Donald Trump is getting the federal government involved right now while blaming, of course, the local Democrats in Maryland for not securing the infrastructure of their sewage system, including Maryland State Democrat Governor Wes Moore, who has now just announced he is not going to run for re-election. But the responsibility for the sewage line, does it rest completely on on Maryland? It's poop. Now they're calling it instead of Potomac River, the Potomac River, it's now the Potomac River. And this is ugly. Okay, the sewer line was in Montgomery County, Maryland, which is a suburb of Washington, D.C. It collapsed on January 19th. Nobody's even talking about this. You talk about a real crappy situation. I mean, you're right. It's ugly up there. It's stinky. It's smelly. It's full of sewage sludge floating down the Potomac, and the collapse damaged part of Potomac interceptor sewer system caused an overflow of 200 million gallons of raw waste water sewage to flow in the Potomac River. The 383-mile-long river runs along the borders between Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia. The sewer overflow has gone into the river, and it broke down on the 19th, and it was flowing till the 29th after the pumps were finally installed on January 23rd to divert the sewage around the pipes collapse. This is insane. The drinking water, they say, is not affected. Are you buying that? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you believing it didn't bother the drinking water? This is a major river flowing. This is a source of water supply. You telling me it's okay? I got some oceanfront property in south side of Washington. Over by the Potomac River, you can set your house. You can see the river seaside. I mean, seriously, it's just, I mean, this is, I got some oceanfront property. No, nobody wants to have a house right there. The smell, it's the nostrils are being plugged. The University of Maryland has now called the incident one of the largest sewage spills in U.S. history. Nobody's talking about it but me, and I'm just some little country preacher from the cornfields of Indiana. But the researchers are now detecting very high levels of fecal-related bacteria such as E. coli, and the disease is causing now pathogens growing in the river, including E. coli and dangerous bacteria that can cause staph infections. Dr. Rachel Rosenberg-Goldstein, a microbiologist and assistant professor at the University of Maryland's Department of Global Environmental and Occupational Health, said that the people who come in contact with this impacted water or land are at risk of becoming infected with this bacteria. Although most people are not swimming in a frozen river in February, some are fishing there. Some are boating there. Some are, and the bacteria can survive in freezing temperatures and become active again once the temperatures rise. Washington Department of Energy and Environment warned residents in the area to avoid the unnecessary contact with the water from the Potomac River, as well as do not fish in the river and keep your pets away from the water, and do not drink the water, and do not swim in the water. And the line that broke days before the winter storm even brought the historic sleet and freezing temperatures in the area. It was already busted. I mean, these guys are broke, busted, and disgusted, and below freezing temperatures. What a crappy situation, guys. What a really crappy situation. And below freezing temperatures, which lasted weeks, froze the creeks, the ponds, and even parts of the Potomac River, holding the bacteria in place. This is ugly with a capital U. Not you, but the U. You know, the U. Wait a minute. Didn't the Indiana Hoosiers beat the U? I mean, I'm just saying. But anyway, and then we got a nor'easter. That's what it is. A nor'easter. Blockbuster snowfall now brewing for the weekend. That's the last thing we need. But according to reports, it is going to head out to sea, or it might be a blockbuster late weekend blizzard for the East Coast. As of yesterday afternoon, top computer models continue to pour through the weather data to determine the direction and the strength of the storm that's still several days away from the East Coast. At the moment, the models don't agree. While confidence in a storm is fairly high, the timing, the track, the exact weather impact is still uncertain, according to the National Weather Service. But the fear is this thing will come back in to the East Coast and deliver a massive nor'easter punch. The Weather Service said that the latest European weather models show the farther south track with little to no precipitation for the mid-Atlantic to the northeast. However, another model, the Europeans' AI model, known as the ECAIFS, has been consistent in showing a very classic nor'easter is set up to hit the region. This could be a grand slam blockbuster blizzard. And one of the forecaster, weather trader, meteorologist Ryan Maw, is sent an email to the USA Today. He said the odds appear to be increasing for a major nor'easter with the potential for a blockbuster snowfall. A major storm is likely to develop out of the southeast U.S. and emerge off the mid-Atlantic and either head one, east out to sea, or two, snuggle up nicely off the New England coast. resulting in I-95 corridor becoming a massacre of snow. He said the models should come in agreement. This system is 5 to 6 day time frame. The predictability, of course, of a track would be kind of hard, but I can understand it. I've read these before. And he said, this thing looks like a lock-in blizzard that will hit the East Coast. Of course, it's lurking right now. It's lurking. It has potential. The storm could hit Sunday, February 22nd, or Monday, February 23rd, as the potential to bring significant snow to a large area of the northeastern United States, including New York City, Boston, and Philadelphia. Now, some of the reports online are saying the storm still off the coast of the British Columbia in the eastern Pacific has the potential to bring more accumulating snow to parts of the Northeast. Later this weekend, the situation is complicated and is now certain to bring snow to the big cities along the I-95 corridor. So I want everybody to stay tuned, okay? Because we're going to get more information about this possible blockbuster blizzard that's coming. Speaking of storms and skiers missing, we got 9 backcountry skiers missing. 6 had to be rescued after a horrible avalanche near Lake Tahoe. After 9 skiers disappeared following an avalanche into the backcountry of the Nevada country, officials are set to speak today about the ongoing search. The Nevada Country Sheriff's Office said a group of 15 skiers were in the Castle Peak area when the sheriff's office received a report of an avalanche, and the group was made up of 4 ski guides, 11 clients on the tour with Blackbird Mountain Guides. It was a massive avalanche. Again, 9 skiers are missing. 6 people have been rescued. The Blackbird Mountain Guide said the group has been staying at the Frog Lake since Sunday and was in the process of returning to the trailhead at the conclusion of a 3-day trip when the avalanche occurred. The leadership team at Blackbird Mountain Guides is working in full coordination with the Nevada Sheriff's Department and Nevada County Search and Rescue to try to support the ongoing rescue operation. The company said Blackbird Mountain Guides is in direct contact with the emergency contacts of the affected clients and guides and is providing them with regular updates as verified information becomes available. Now, according to KCRA's Channel 3, Brian Hickey, he said he's done a lot of backcountry skiing on Castle Peak, but has not been to Frog Lake. But he said there's a very steep terrain in that area that is prone to avalanches. Nevada's county sheriff deputies and search and rescue team, along with the Placer County Sheriff's Department and the Tahoe Nordic Search and Rescue, along with Washoe County Sheriff's Office and Washoe County Search and Rescue and the Truckee Fire were searching for the missing skiers. There are 46 first responders involved in this effort, but we still are missing 9 skiers. This is a very serious situation. We need to pray for this situation. Now, President Donald Trump is certainly moving closer to a major war with Iran. As you guys heard me read the insider information when I first came on the air. Some of you may not have heard it, so I'm going to see if I can read it again. This just came in. Heidi just texted this to me. Came in from one of our government insiders. It said, let's see. Here's what it said. Emergency meeting took place today with the United States and Israel at 7 a.m. Eastern. During the decision was made to move 4 additional F-35 fighter jets from the United Kingdom to the Persian Gulf. The maritime traffic jam in the Straits of Hormuz has gotten very dangerous, and the Iranian Revolutionary Guard need to get their act together. Talks were a complete failure between the United States and Iran, and phase 3 is Israel is committed to assisting the United States to get the ugly job completed. Okay? So this is a very serious situation. That's coming from one of our government insiders. Plus, I just did a video over at Patreon that I got from a different government insider that is significant information that I cannot share here. Now, the reports about Trump and a potential major war in the Middle East is certainly being realized by the American public. Why does this matter? The United States military operation in Iran would likely be a massive, weeks-long campaign that would look more like a full-fledged war than last month's pinpoint operation to extract Venezuela's president and his wife, Nicolas Maduro. This is different. This is regime change. This is probably destruction of all of their ballistic missile stockpiles. Their maybe more bunker busting detonations of their nuclear facilities and decimation of the leadership of Iran. That's what I'm hearing. But the sources have noted that it would likely be a joint U.S.-Israeli campaign at a much broader in scope, more extensive for the regime than the Israeli 12-day war last June. I mean, big time. With the United States eventually joined to take out Iran's underground nuclear facilities. Such a war would have a dramatic influence on the entire Middle East and major implications for the remaining 3 years of the Trump presidency. But when we say implications, that doesn't mean that would be 3 years of devastation. It would mean 3 years of absolute change to the Middle East. Now, with the attention of Congress and the public otherwise occupied with the Nancy Guthrie situation, there is little public debate about what could be the most consequential United States military intervention in the Middle East in the last 10 years plus. Break it down. President Trump came very close to striking Iran back in January over the killing of the 70,000 or more protesters by this regime. But when the window of opportunity passed, the administration shifted to a two-track approach: nuclear talks paired with massive military buildup. By delaying and bringing so much more force to bear, it appears Trump has raised expectations to what an operation really will look like if this deal is not reached. And right now, that deal looks extremely unlikely. President Trump's advisors, Jared Kushner, his son-in-law, and Steve Witkoff, met with Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas for 3 hours yesterday in Geneva, and talks broke completely down. Now, while both sides said they were making some progress, the gaps are so wide, and according to U.S. officials, they're not optimistic there could be any kind of a deal. Vice President J.D. Vance told Fox News the talks went well in some ways, but in other ways, it is very clear that the president has set some red lines that the Iranians are not yet willing to actually acknowledge and work through. J.D. Vance made it clear that while President Trump wants a deal, he is determined that if diplomacy fails, that there is another option. It could become a very bad day. Trump's armada has grown to include 2 aircraft carriers and a dozen warships, hundreds of fighter jets, multiple air defense systems, stealth bombers, B-2 bombers, and other weapons of extreme firepower, which are still, some of them are on the way. More than 150 U.S. military cargo flights have moved tons of weapon systems and ammunition into the Middle East. And in the past 24 hours, another 50 jets, F-35s, F-22s, F-16s, have all been headed to the region. Between the lines, folks, this standoff with Iran has gone way too long for too many Americans and for the entire Middle East. War would come sooner and be much bigger than most people realize. President Trump's military and rhetoric buildups make it hard for him to back down without any kind of major concessions on this nuclear deal. If it's not in Trump's nature, and his advisors don't view this deployment of all that hardware as a bluff. Trump don't bluff. So the buildup is so significant. The millions and billions of dollars to move this much assets and positioning and coordination with the NATO as well as the Israeli government is absolutely factual situation that war is imminent. Guys, I'm telling you, This thing is about ready to break wide open. Now, the timing on this war is some of the information I got from one of my government insiders. I put that over at Patreon and plus other information. You need to go listen to it. So go to Patreon. If you're not a subscriber, you should be. You can give whatever you want. The average subscriber gives about $5 a month. Some give more because they like to use that as a way of their supporting the ministry. Some give less, but everybody can have access with your faithful contribution. Sign up for a year is the best way to do it, so you're not sign up for 3 or 4 months and then all of a sudden, I can't get access because I ran out. No. Sign up for a year. Make it easy. Sign up for a year, make the commitment, and then be able to access all of the exclusive material that we post there so that you will be prepared. And, by the way, if we're not talking enough about war, I got to tell you, Russia and Ukraine's peace talks ended without any kind of breakthrough at all. The talks between Russia and Ukraine and the United States aimed at ending Moscow's war with Ukraine ended up in an ugly nothing. The trilateral meetings were held in Geneva, and they went on late last night, only lasted for 2 hours this morning, and U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff expressed some optimism over the talks, but both the chief Russian negotiators and the Ukrainians, Vladimir Zelensky, indicated they have difficult problems finding peace. And after the main talks concluded, Russia's negotiator Vladimir Medinsky returned to the venue and held a closed-door meeting with the Ukrainian side for about an hour, one-on-one. No details came out of that meeting. This thing looks, there's no end in sight. It's what Mike Round the World said in 2014. Once Russia put their foot into Ukraine, he said, they will never leave. It's 12 years later. They made the invasion in 2022. It's 4 years after that, and Russia shows no signs of leaving. None. Their objective is one: take the entire nation of Ukraine and fortify themselves, making a frontline build-up against NATO. The world's in trouble. This world we're living in is in absolute trouble. Jesus is coming. He's the only hope. Believe me, though, he is the best hope. He is our blessed hope. I don't know when the rapture is going to happen, but the things that Jesus said would be going on is happening right now. I'm going to India for a major crusade, 5 crusades. I need your help, please. Right now, go and make a contribution.
I'm so scared for this crooked generation. Will you even find faith in the earth when you bring down revelation? Forgive us now the sins of our youth, worshiping the idols that knew everything but the truth. Teach us how to uncorrupt our minds. Show us now while we still have the time. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the street.
How much will we see before the fire falls? Lord, could this really be the last altar call? We need your blood over the doorposts of our hearts. Anoint us with your fiery love as the praise and worship starts. We need you, Yeshua.
We throw our gold and silver in the streets. Oh, we abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets. We abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets. We abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets.
Yeah, it's getting crazy out there. Guys, I'll be back with more current world events. Now, listen, we do have this incredible crusades that are getting ready to take place. We need your help. There's no doubt about that. We need your help. And we're in a situation now where five crusade services we'll be doing while in India. I want to thank you guys for so many of you have been stepping up and have been supporting. If you send a love gift of $35 or more, I will send back to you this vintage Salvation Station hat. When these go, they're gone. I can tell you right now that I was just talking to Brock on the phone, and he'll be helping me tomorrow in a broadcast we'll be doing live from here. And we've got Brock back after 3 years of taking care of my mom and dad and Heidi's uncle, him and his wife, 24/7. We gave him a little break, and now he's going to be with me tomorrow, and he'll be working with me. But also tomorrow, his wife will be with me as well. Tomorrow, we're going to be packing up and shipping 65 of these hats out the door tomorrow. And that means we still got 35 left. If you would like to have one of these vintage hats, please make a contribution today. Go to our website right now. Go to our website right now. Izzy, I see you out there. I'll be right out. Go to our website right now and make a contribution, $35 or more, and I will send you the Salvation Station hat as long as they last. And then, so please. Your help is needed. And we are about 60, maybe 65% of the way there in our funds we need. So we do need your help. We really, really do. If you can give $35 or more, I'll send you the Salvation Station hat. We need some folks that can give $100. We need some folks that can give $200 and $250. We need some folks who are capable to give $500, and if somebody out there that can give $1,000, this is greatly appreciated. And if you're out there, and I don't know who you might be, but if you can do something big, you could put us over the top in putting together these 5 crusade services in India, putting up all the tents, the stages, the PA systems, and feeding 25,000 meals, 25,000 people. So, or more. I mean, so I got to have enough. So anyway, we're on our way. It's because of you. We're on our way. So thank you guys in advance. So I would like to ship more than 65 of these out tomorrow. I really would like to be shipping out all 100 of these hats tomorrow. And thanking everybody for making that contribution. So God bless you guys. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. I got to go now and interview L.A. Marzulli. He's going to headline this webinar coming up on March the 20th. You can get your ticket now. If you go to my website and go to order your ticket right now, it's called Alien Disclosure. We disclose. You decide. God bless all of you.